Namaste. Welcome to your practice. Today we're going to move the body and focus on moving energy through the body. I always love to look around in April and see all the growth and the flowers blooming and all the energy moving around. In yoga, there's different ways that energy moves through our body. Energy is called prana, but there are different winds that take the prana different places. So today we'll just focus on a general sense of how it feels to move and get a sense of how energy feels moving through the body. So when you're ready, find your comfortable seat. You can sit up on a block or two. You can sit with your legs out in front of you, or you can always sit up over a couple blocks with your knees bent, letting your sitting bones rest on the blocks between your feet. So wherever you are, let your eyes close, settle in, find your natural breath without trying to change it at all. Just check in with how you feel today and how your energy level is today. So you might want to focus on the sense of your breath. Energy travels on our breath in yoga. So that's one of the ways we can direct energy through the body is by directing the breath. Another way to tune into your energy is maybe by feeling sensations in your body. So do you feel any stagnation, heaviness, numbness anywhere in your body? Or is there a sense of too much energy in one place? So maybe your heart's racing, or sometimes we get a knot in our throat, there's some energy stuck there. Or maybe there's a lot of thoughts swirling through your mind. That's all energy. So just take a couple more moments here to observe, noticing. We use our yoga practice to find balance. So when we have a good reference point of our starting point, we can tell if our yoga practice has helped us come into balance. So on your exhalation, you can bring your hands out in front of you, placing the palms together, begin to rub the hands together. Rubbing vigorously, building some heat between the palms. And then letting that go, bring the hands in front of the face, palming your eyes. Feel the heat moving into the eyes. Okay, go ahead, take your thumbs up to your temples, maybe make some circles with your thumbs. And with the fingertips, you can circle the fingertips on the forehead. Just give yourself a little facial massage now, so you can move the hands down across the temples, swiping across the eyebrows, moving across the cheekbones and jaw. And then come around the jaw, up behind the ears. Just keep making some circles here. And then all the way back across the ridge of the skull. And let the fingers come together behind the head, interlacing the fingers. Open the elbows away from one another. Lift the heart. Let your head lean back into your hands as you lift the heart. Take a big breath in here. As you exhale, elbows draw together round your spine. Squeeze your navel in. Inhale, lift the heart. Open the elbows wide. Exhale, round the spine as the elbows draw together, squeeze the navel in. One more time, inhale, lift the heart, open the elbows. Exhale, round the spine, draw the navel in, chin to chest. As you inhale, opening the heart, let the arms come out to the sides, press away with the heels of the hands, arms to a T. Good. Start to make some circles with the arms. So you can start big, making some big circles. And starting to make those circles a little smaller. And a little smaller. Good. Until you come to stillness, press the palms away. And then start to make those circles in the opposite direction. So see if you can remember which direction you were moving in. Keep flexing at your wrists. Good, and then start to make your circles a little smaller. A little smaller. And smaller still. Good, point the fingers away and then down to the floor. Bring the palms down, scooping. So like you're holding a basket out in front of you, interlace the fingers, reach the knuckles forward. Again, round your spine, take your chin towards your chest, press the knuckles away. Inhale, lift the arms towards the ceiling, flip the palms, press up through the hands. Good. Do that again, take the arms out, flex the wrists, then point the fingers out and down. Take a big scoop like you're scooping some ice cream. And hold that in your basket. Press the knuckles away. Round the spine, chin towards the chest. Inhale, lift the knuckles towards the ceiling. Flip the palms, press the palms towards the ceiling. And let your shoulder blades come down your back. One more time, just like that. Flex the wrists, press away with the heels of the hands. Then switch that. Push down through the fingers, scooping energy. Cradling that. Lift the arms up, round the spine. Inhale, knuckles up. Lift the heart, flip the palms, reach up. Good. Take a little side stretch to your right. Letting your right armpit come down towards the right waist. Inhale through center. Exhale, other side, left armpit towards left waist. Inhale up, let the arms go. And we'll move on to our hands and knees. So if you're in a cross-legged position, you can swing the legs to one side. You might want blocks handy. If you don't need them, then don't worry about it. So hands under the shoulders, knees at hip distance apart. Continue that rounding motion of the spine that we did seated by taking the chin towards the chest, pressing into the hands, and then lift the hips up, reach the heart forward. Good, a few more. Exhale, rounding, chin towards chest. Inhale, cow, stretch, lift the hips, lift the heart. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, lifting. Good. And then as you exhale, come back to your neutral spine. Take your right hand towards the ceiling, opening the chest, and then thread that right arm underneath the left, bending the left elbow, reach through, letting that arm reach through. You can bend the elbow, but don't come down just yet. Reach, 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 twisting, and then inhale, press into the left hand, reach up. Exhale, reach through, bend the left elbow, but don't come all the way down. Reach through, and inhale up. Last time, exhale, reach through, and now let the shoulder come down, tucking the shoulder under, let the head rest on the floor. If your head doesn't rest on the floor, you could place a block underneath of that side of the head. And take one more breath here. Press into the left hand so that you can lift yourself back up, reaching up with the right hand. Bring that right hand back down. Good. Taking the weight into the right hand, take that right leg back. Right leg parallel with the floor. Take the left arm forward out in front of you. Reach through your fingertips, press through your heel, and then level your pelvis. So make sure that right side isn't higher than the left. Continuing with some movement here, take the left elbow towards the right knee towards the left elbow. Round in, inhale, reach long. Exhale, rounding in, inhale, reach long. One more time, exhale, rounding. Inhale, reach long, hold here, breathe. Bring your left hand down. Keep the right leg straight, bring the toes down, press through that right heel. Push away with the hands. Option here is to press, keep pressing away with the hands till the left knee hovers. Hovering in, you can round the spine even more. Good, and then release, left knee down. Right knee next to the left. Bring the hips towards the heels, child's pose. Let your forehead rest on the floor. Your forehead might need something to rest on, so you could stack your hands or bring that block under the forehead. Take a few more breaths. Notice how the energy feels moving through your body. Notice if you're feeling any heat, or maybe some stillness, or just noticing any changes that are occurring. We'll come back up into our tabletop. This time lifting the left arm towards the ceiling. Thread that left arm under the right. Bend the right elbow. Don't come down. Just reach through. Reach, reach, reach. And then inhale, reach back up towards the ceiling with the left arm. Exhale, twist through. Left arm reaches to the right. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, last time through. Reach, reach, reach. You can't reach anymore. Shoulder comes to the floor. Side of the head comes to the floor. And rest here in this thread the needle. One more breath. Press into the right hand. Coming back out of that, untwist. And bring the left hand down. Left hand, hold your weight. Left leg comes back behind you. Level the pelvis, bring your right arm forward. Long spine, breathe, reach through the fingertips and out through the left heel. Feel like you're directing energy out through both of those points. And then draw it into your navel, so draw the knee towards the elbow, elbow towards the knee. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, gather it in. Inhale, reaching long. Exhale. One more time, reach long, hold here. Breathe, firm the lower belly. And then bring that right hand down. Keep the left leg straight, just bring the toes to the floor. Press back through the left heel. So a nice stretch here. You can make this more strength building for the upper body by pressing down and away with the hands until that right knee hovers. You can keep hovering and round the spine, drawing that knee towards the nose. Good. Bringing your right knee down. Bring the left knee down. Curl the toes under this time, sitting the hips back towards the heels. Modified child's pose, just stretching out the soles of the feet. You can bring the belly towards the thighs, forehead towards the floor. If the forehead does reach the floor comfortably, that's great. If not, bring a block under the head. Elbows come down. Bend the elbows so the palms can touch the backs of the shoulder blades. Take a few breaths here. Letting your elbows creep forward a little bit. A little more stretch for your triceps here. Reach the arms out in front of you and lift the hips off of the heels. Keep the toes curled under. Hands are slightly forward of the shoulders. And then coming into your first downward facing dog. So hips go back towards the heels, press the hands down and away, spread your fingers wide, knees come off of the floor, lift the hips up and back, and then press the thighs back. Take your feet wide to the sides of the mat and start to pedal the feet one at a time, one heel down at a time, walking out your dog. Now don't forget about the upper body here. We don't want to collapse into the back. So broaden your upper back by rolling the armpits towards one another. Good, lift up on both sets of toes. Bend the knees, lift the hips higher, and then direct the heels towards the floor. You can keep the feet wide, walk the hands back towards the feet and hang over your wide legs. Wide leg forward fold here, just hugging elbows, sway from side to side. Good, hands on the knees, lift yourself halfway up, bend the knees, sink the hips down, turn the toes out, heels slightly in. You're kind of in this horse stance. Let your hips reach out behind you and start to rock from one foot to the other. You can lift a heel or lift some toes. Just rocking here, let the weight settle onto the arms. Arms can be straight. Good, and then come back to center. Bend the knees a little more, heels in, toes out. You can switch the placement of the arms if you'd like. Squeeze the low belly in, lift the heart, and let the arms come up and open, goddess pose. Breathe, lifting one heel. Drop that heel down and lift the opposite heel. One more breath. Inhale, standing up, let the arms come out to the sides, toes forward, heels back. Reach through the palms, so flex the wrists, press away like the walls are coming in. We all might feel like the walls are coming in on us, so push away. Lots of energy here moving outward. Push down through the feet and out to the edges of the feet. Good, then reach up, bring this up, the fingertips together, and exhale. Down, bend the knees, turn the heels in, toes out, and flip the palms back into goddess pose. Inhale, standing up, 5-pointed star, arms out to the sides. Take your right arm down, left arm up, take a nice side stretch here, keep the heart forward. Inhale, center. Second side, let your left arm come down, right arm up, leaning over. You can keep facing the short side of your mat. Inhale, back to center. Arms come up. Step the feet hip distance apart. And looking out in front of you at the short side of your mat. So look towards the front of your mat and step your right foot forward. Right foot forward, left heel slightly in and down. So if you feel wobbly, just move that right foot closer to the outer edge, the long edge of your mat. Keep your shoulders and pelvis facing the short side of your mat. Press back and down through that left foot. Reach up. Lots of energy through the legs. Good. Exhale, bring the hands down to the hips, straighten the right leg. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, folds you forward. Keep the legs strong, but don't hyperextend that front knee. Inhale, lift up, bend the right knee, arms lift. We'll do that 3 times. Exhale, straighten the front knee, lean forward, pyramid pose. Inhale, warrior 1, lift up. Lots of energy into that back foot. Exhale, fold, pyramid pose. Good. So from pyramid pose, we're going to take a little hop forward. So lots of weight on your right leg. You can bring the left toes to the floor if you need to, or hover that left foot. Hands come out into airplane wings. As you lift the left leg, let your heart move towards the floor. Keep leveling the pelvis, left hip down. Good. Breathe here, directing energy through that left heel. And then direct the arms forward. So you're creating this long line of energy. Even if those left toes are down, reach out. Good. Bring the feet together, stand up. Arms float down. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold at your hip creases. So bend the knees, tilt the pelvis forward. As you fold down, feet hip distance apart. Inhale, hands to the thighs, come up halfway. Exhale, fold again. Bend your knees. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, dive right on down. Bend the knees, tilt the pelvis forward as you fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, arms come down. Last time through, and we'll step back into our downward facing dog. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold at your hip creases, dive down. Hands touch the floor or blocks. Inhale, halfway up. Step your right foot back. Bend the left knee. Find a brief lunge. Hands come down to the floor. Left foot back to meet the right. Push-up position. Knees up or down. Push down and away with the hands as you lift the hips up and back. Good. Breathe here. Direct the heels down, arms forward. Again, remember not to collapse the heart towards the thighs. So, broaden the upper back, filling up. Turn the armpits towards one another. Good. Keeping the feet hip distance apart this time, we'll walk the hands towards the feet, using the upper body. Feet at hip distance apart as we fold over the legs. We'll move into a chair pose here at the back of the mat. So I need to move away from the wall a little bit, or I'll be doing a wall sit. So knees can be hugging together as we drop the sitting bones down. And then let the sitting bones direct slightly out behind you. Hug the low belly in. Arms come out in front of you. So you can be in this diving position, or arms can be alongside the head. Weight comes into the heels. You could almost lift and wiggle your toes if you needed to. Inhale, rise to stand. Take a little bit of a back bend here. Hands to the heart. Good. So notice that lower body work can create a lot of energy in our hearts. So notice what kind of prana is moving through you right now. Warrior one on the other side. So left foot steps forward. Try to step straight forward. Right heel slightly in and down. Bend the left knee. Weight settles onto that right heel. Arms come up. Direct the right hip forward. Hug the low belly in. Bend into the left knee a little more. Good. And then hands to the hips as you straighten the left knee. Fold into your pyramid pose. So the left hip moves back, right hip forward. Back to warrior one. Inhale. Arms reach up. Bend the left knee. Exhale, pyramid pose. Folding forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, pyramid. Last time. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, pyramid to warrior three. So, we're going to take a little bend in that left knee. Hop forward. You can right away lift the right leg or take the big toe to the floor. Level your pelvis. So your right hip stays in line with the left. Start to hover that right leg out behind you if you can. Flex the right heel, press back. As you lift the leg, the heart moves towards the floor. Then the arms can come into any position you'd like. But just direct the energy through the legs and arms equally. Hug that low belly in. Feel like you're moving energy outwards through the navel to the forelimbs. Bend into the front knee to stand up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Inhale, arms lift up. Exhale, folding at your hip creases, diving down. Inhale, lifting halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, fold right on back down through. Soft knees as you dive. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Come all the way up to stand. Inhale to rise. Exhale, arms float down alongside you. So you can stay facing the short side of the mat. We'll come into a balanced pose. So let your weight settle on your right foot. Your right foot, I'll mirror you. So right leg is your supporting leg. Left knee lifts up. Soften into that right knee. So flexing the left foot, arms come out to the sides. As you inhale, straighten the right leg, let the left foot float down. Inhale, both knees softly bend. Exhale, float the arms. And so that left leg is just hovering all over the floor. Inhale, crane. Exhale, float down. Inhale. Exhale as gracefully as you can. I feel a lot of energy building in my right ankle. Good. Bring the feet down. Just stand and notice the difference between one side and the other. So just noticing sensations, not necessarily pain, or might be a little discomfort, but it shouldn't feel like stabbing or anything like that. So second side, letting your knees soften. Lift that right knee up in front of you. Left knee softly bends. Arms come up. Exhale, arms float down. Hover the right foot off the floor. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Keep your balance if you can. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale up. Woo! Exhale. Feet together. Mountain pose. So just stand with equanimity, noticing sensations in your body. And breathe. Good. So shift your weight onto that right foot again. Let your weight come into that right foot. Your right hip can come out to the side slightly. Bend the left knee and lift it up. So keep the right leg active this time. You don't bend the knee. Turn that left knee out to the left side and bring the left heel above or below the right knee. So I've got my heel on my thigh, not my knee joint. If you need to take a hold of the foot to bring it higher, you can. Arms come out to the side. Let the arms come up into a wide V. Spread your fingers actively apart. Push the foot into the leg and the leg pushes back. So even if the foot is down here or the toes are on the floor, squeeze to center. Lower body squeezing, upper body expanding. Breathe. Good, and then let the arms float down. Turn that left knee back to center. Place the left foot on the floor. Good. Second side. So left leg's going to do the work for us. let your left leg be strong. Don't hyperextend the knee. Left hip can have a little room here. Right knee lifts up. So turn that right knee out to the side, and again, heel comes above or below that knee joint, but never on the knee joint. Again, if you need to take the foot to bring it a little higher, you can, or kickstand if you need to. Finding your tree arms, your branches are expanding towards the heavens, towards the sun. Press that foot into the leg pushes back. Lots of firmness in the core, so think of that whole girdle all the way around your circumference, so your core. Squeeze to center and then let it expand out. Draw up from the earth. Arms float down, knee back to center, feet together, mountain pose. Good. One more balance pose. So let yourself come up onto your toes. Lift the arms up. Look out in front of you, something that's not moving. Hug the thighs together. Stay here if you need to. So we're going to take a toe squat. If you have tricky knees, then stay up. Otherwise, squeeze the legs together. Start to bend the knees. Keep the heels lifted as you lower down. So I'll turn. Stay up on your toes if you have tricky knees. Otherwise, you can float down, hovering here. If you're in this toe squat, lift the heels a little higher. Everybody can bring their arms down. If you're standing tall with the legs straight, bring the arms down, take a soft bend in the knees and take a forward fold. If you're already in the toe squat, hands to the floor, heels come down, and lift the hips up so everybody meets in a forward fold. Take a few breaths in your forward fold, just noticing all the energy in the legs. Good. Take the feet wider apart, so almost to the sides of the mat. Turn the heels in, toes out, bend the knees. We'll come into Malasana, so you might want something to sit on, some blocks. To come down and sit on the blocks if you need to. If you have tricky knees, this might not be the best pose for you, unsupported. Otherwise, you can release the blocks and let your hips sink towards the floor. But don't compromise your posture, so make sure that your spine is nice and long. Let the weight settle towards the heels, hands to the heart. Breathe. Malasana. And we're going to try to gracefully come down to the floor, so reach the arms forward for counterbalance, sit the hips back, reach the legs forward. Staff pose. Take the arms back alongside the hips, sit tall. Press through the heels, reach through the crown of the head, using all of this core support to keep you upright. Good, so we'll move into cow face pose. You can do this as a half pose. I'm going to turn towards you. You can stay facing the long side of your mat. So you can do this as a half pose or a full pose, your choice. So we'll all start with the right leg on the top. So right knee bends, I'll mirror you, right knee bends, right foot to the outside of the left leg. So then take that right foot around so that the sole of the foot faces behind you. And we're trying to stack the knees. So you can stay here with the left leg straight, or if you'd like, bend the left knee and hug that foot in towards the body. So then both soles of the feet point back. Take your right hip down into the floor. Good. Arms come out in front of you. Interlace your fingers, press the knuckles away. Just a little variation here of cow face pose. Lift the arms up. Plant down into that right hip. Lean over to the left a little bit. A little tricky with counterbalance here. Good, then come back through center. Take the right hand to the floor and lean over towards the right. So reach through the left fingertips, bend that right elbow, leaning here. Keep hugging the thighs towards one another, whether or not that bottom leg is straight or bent. Thighs hug together. Sit tall, and then scoop your your right arm under the left arm. Give yourself a hug, lift the elbows. You can stay here with the arms or let the fingertips reach towards the ceiling. Palms can come to face one another. Lift the elbows. Breathe. Another variation with eagle arms. Inhale, lift the elbows a little higher, lift the heart. And then lower the elbows. Taking the arms apart, reach the arms up. Bend that left elbow, place the left palm to the middle back. Swing the left arm, swing the right arm down and around. Place the back of the right hand to the back, around where the spine is. So the fingertips reach towards one another, coming into our full cow face pose. So elbows are in close to the body, sit tall, reaching through the crown of the head, but planting through both sitting bones. You can close your eyes. Good, releasing here, so swinging that left hand up towards the ceiling and bring it forward. Then slide the right hand down the back and swim it forward, moving at our joints. Good, so the legs can stay exactly in the option you've chosen. So whether or not your left leg is straight or bent, you can leave that left leg where it is. Right knee is going to come more towards the ceiling. So the right sole of the foot touches the floor here. So we're coming into a twist, and again, that left leg stayed in the same position it was already in, unless you're getting a little fatigued and need to straighten that leg. Wrap your left arm around the right knee, squeeze at your navel, and twist to your right. So your right hand comes around behind you, close to you, sit tall, twist the heart towards the right. Take a few breaths here. Imagine that we're twisting from the center out like a wet towel. So feel how you're moving the energy from your center out to all the periphery of your body. Good, and then come back to center. Let's lean into our hands to untangle the legs, coming into our staff pose. Good, use your core support to sit tall, hands alongside you, close your eyes. Good, second side. So again, your legs can take two different options. So you can either keep your left leg, no, your right leg straight this time, or you can bend that bottom leg. But we'll take the left knee across and over the right leg. So try to stack at the knees, and your left sole of the foot faces back behind you. Again, you can stay here in this position, or if you'd like, tuck the right foot back, so both soles of the feet face back behind you. Grounding down into that left hip. Good. Breathe here. Arms reach up. Good. Palms together. Bring the hands in front of the heart. Inhale, arms come up. We'll just go ahead and take that side stretch over to the left right away. So your left hand comes to the floor, grounding into that right hip as you lean over to the left. Reach through your right fingertips. Soften your left shoulder. Okay, come back up through center. Eagle arms. So we're going to bring the arms out in front of you. This time your left arm will cross under your right arm. So your left arm crosses under your right. Give yourself a hug. Lift your elbows up. You can stay here or turn the palms, fingertips towards the ceiling, palms to touch. Lift the elbows up. Good. Untangle the arms, lifting them back up, and then bending your right elbow, patting yourself on the back. Swing your left arm down and around, placing the back of your left hand somewhere around where your spine is, reaching your fingertips towards each other. So elbows are in close. Sit tall. And breathe here in full cow face pose. And releasing the arms one at a time. Right arm lifts up and comes forward. Left hand down and swim it forward. Okay. Leave your right leg exactly in the position it's in. Just move the left knee more towards the ceiling, so bring the left sole of the foot to the floor. Sit tall, hug your left knee with your right arm. Start to turn to your left. Left hand behind you, close to the body. Sit tall, not leaning into that hand. So use your core to stay upright. Finding your twist. Come back to center. Leaning into your hands so that you can untangle the legs. Find your staff pose. Hands down alongside you. Good. So we'll be moving on to our backs for bridge pose. So laying down, and as you come onto your back, try to listen to my words because it's not healthy for the neck. It's actually really dangerous to look around in bridge pose. So you want to stay with the face towards the ceiling as you come into the pose. So try not to look around, just listen to my voice. Hands come down alongside you, knees are bent, feet flat on the floor. Letting your pelvis tuck forward and back until you find a neutral position. Should feel a little energy in your low belly here, holding you neutral. Then press into the feet, start to lift the hips as you take the sitting bones towards the backs of the knees. Lifting up. You can press down into those upper arms, sliding the shoulder blades a little closer together. Keep looking straight towards the ceiling, hug the thighs together. Press the shins forward and reach the heart back behind the head. So think about stretching the whole top of your torso, like a big rainbow. Good. Slowly lower down, keeping the pelvis in that neutral position. Come down slowly, slowly, slowly. Take the feet to the sides of your mat and let your knees windshield wipe from side to side. Good. The next time the knees come over to the right, you can just let the knees hang out there. Let your arms come out to a T position. And swing that left knee over to meet the right knee. So stack the knees. And bring that right hand to hug the thighs together and look over the left fingertips. From here, an option, you can start to straighten the legs, pushing the heels away from you. Keep the left shoulder blade down. Reach that right arm towards the toes. Breathe. If the legs are straight, rebend the knees. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Turn the palms over and lift the knees through center. Give your knees a hug. A little rock from side to side. Yeah, then bring the feet down. Feel around for the long edges of the mat. And then again, windshield wipe the knees from side to side. Knees rocking from side to side. Feel how the pelvis shifts. The shoulders remain stable, connected with the floor. Good. Then the next time the knees come over to your left, you can hang out there, letting the knees hover over to the left. Turn your palms down towards the floor and look to your right fingertips. Imagine that you could reach the right knee further away from you. And then option to move into that 2 knee down twist. So slide the right knee to stack on top of the left knee. Keep that right shoulder on the floor. You can turn the palms back towards the ceiling. Just notice how it feels to be in this twist. And if this feels good for you, then stay here. You don't have to change anything. But if you want something a little different, different feeling for the energy moving through you, not better or worse, start to straighten both legs away from you, straightening the knees, pressing through the heels, and keep the shoulders grounded and firmly planted on the floor as you reach the heels away. If the knees are bent, re-bend the knees. Hug the knees in towards the chest a little more. Turn the palms over and lift the knees back to center. Then hug your knees in towards you. Start to stir the knees in circles. One direction, and then the other. Bringing your practice to an end, so before we move into a short Shavasana, if there's any other postures that you'd like to move through, any other stretches that you need, feel free to move and move in a way that suits your body, that brings you into a sense of relaxation and release. Try not to get yourself all worked up, charged up again, so I'd say skip a handstand or a vigorous headstand or anything like that. Just do some quieting poses so that you're ready for a nice relaxation. And so as you move into Shavasana, I'm going to sit up so you can continue to hear me, and I'll talk you through some relaxation. So feel free to prop yourself up in a way that works for your body. So you might want a pillow under your legs or a blanket over top of you, or some small folded blanket under your head. It's always nice too. So take your time to set up in the most perfect place for your body so that you can completely relax and feel the effects of this wonderful practice. Nothing left to do but simply relax here. Take a deep, full breath in when you find yourself in Shavasana. So finding that sense of ease and release in your body. Soften all of the muscles away from the bones. So feeling their grip release as you just start to melt into the floor. Soften your fingers, your hands, your forearms and elbows, your upper arms and shoulders. Feel your legs softening, the heels heavier on the floor. Calves, thighs, releasing and relaxing. Feel your whole pelvis and sacrum softening as you release any tension, feeling safe and secure. Natural movement of the belly and chest as you breathe. Notice your jaw, your eyes, your forehead. All of the muscles of your body releasing and relaxing. Just for now, without asking how, let yourself sink into stillness. Just for now, lay down the weight you so patiently bear on your shoulders. Feel the earth receive you and the infinite expanse of sky grow even wider as your awareness reaches up to meet it. Just for now, allow a wave of breath to enliven your experience. Breathe out whatever blocks you from the truth. Just for now, be boundless, free awakened energy tingling in your hands and feet. Drink in the possibility of being who and what you really are, so fully alive that when you open your eyes, the world looks different, newly born and vibrant, just for now. Begin to slowly bring your awareness back into this moment. Feeling your breath, feeling your body. And start to bring some movement, allowing that prana to ride on your breath. Letting that movement wake you up, bring you back into this time and space. Take a full body stretch if you'd like. time, slowly roll to one side, resting in the fetal position on your side. Just give yourself another moment or two to notice how you feel. The discovery of prana became the very foundation of the temple of yoga. You are breathing. Yoga says you are not only breathing air, you are breathing prana. In fact, air is just a vehicle for prana, just a medium. You are not alive by breath. Breath is just like a horse, and you have not looked at the rider yet. The rider is prana. Take your time to slowly bring yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Sit with your eyes closed for just another moment. And again, checking in, noticing if there's any difference from the beginning of your practice. Kind of those set points we checked in with at the beginning of our practice. You can see if there's steadiness and ease in those parts of us. Giving gratitude for the ability of our breath to move that prana around the body to create that balance. Let your hands come in front of your heart, whether one on top of the other or in your prayer position. Let your heart lift, bow your head, honor yourself, and give thanks for taking this time that you so desperately need to recenter and rebalance. If you'd like to join me for the sound of Om, the sound that connects us all, even from afar, take a deep breath in. Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. Peace on earth, peace in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this practice. If you did, you can leave a comment, and hopefully we'll see each other in real life soon. Take care.